first, like an AI recording.
Hello. The opinions and subject matter discussed on this show are the opinions of the host and the guest. Although there is some topic and subject matter overlap with my professional life, this show is completely separate from my professional life. This show is for entertainment. So please check all suggestions and opinions given against industry standards. If you like Put 'em on the Glass podcast, please like, subscribe, share all of our platforms. Thank you. We're into like a bunch. Hey everyone, this is James, the Ghost Set Killer with Put 'em on the Glass podcast. So we have a person today that is taking this whole by your bootstraps, hard work, pays off to the full extent. So I'm going to let him introduce himself, then we're going to get into it. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Doe. I'm the owner of Bye Bye Crack. Every day, every morning, I wake up with a smile on my face, ready to take some crack off the streets.
No.
Whether it's in LA, Orange County, or Inland Empire, every day I'm looking for some crack, and we're going to get it off the streets, baby.
Oh my God, that is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Oh, I love it. To take some crack off the streets. Bye bye crack. I love it.
I do more than the 90s DARE program, more than LAPD.
Oh, dude, the 90s DARE program. So I grew up as a straight edge kid. And so I had the DARE shirts, like, my whole forearms, straight edge tattoos. And so I grew up a straight edge kid. Yeah. So I had the DARE shirt that, so that's a reminiscent moment for me. What did you do before you got into this?
To tell you the truth, I was a photographer and I owned a bunch of vending machines.
Oh, nice.
So I am not mechanically inclined whatsoever. I just have ADHD. So when I see something, I just go for it. But I did vending machines until the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit, it kind of ruined my business. So I lost about like 60 or 70% of my business. And then I did wedding photography. And that one's pretty good for a long time. I did that for probably 14 years or something. And I herniated my disc in my back so bad that my left leg, half of my left leg is permanently disabled.
Oh.
I have a thing called drop foot. So the nerve, I could push it down on my foot. I can't lift it up. So it drags when I walk. So it's kind of like a stroke victim almost. And the left side of my leg is pretty much where that nerve runs down is disabled.
Dude, okay, so this is a kind of like connection moment, if you want to call it. So when I was racing motocross, I fractured a few vertebrae in my back, and I had exactly what you're talking about for many, 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 many years. But mine, yes, drop foot, yep, and the left leg, and it would happen a lot when I got tired, and then I start kind of dragging it a little bit, but through physical therapy and different things, I was able to remedy mine because it wasn't a herniated disc. It was just where the swelling from the fractures of the vertebrae.
Against the nerve.
Yep. So once I was able to, build up a little bit of muscle around there and take the swelling away from that area, I didn't have it, but for a long time, the drop foot, that is how many times have you fallen?
A lot. And, I wear a brace and still sometimes you fall. And then the worst is sleeping at night because your foot drags and it just pain all night.
Gets wrapped up in the blankets and you can't move it. So Yeah,
it's just the only thing that really gets me mad about it is that everyone says a little buddy is such a great tool. But because I have drop foot, I've tried it twice, on my own cars. And I can't make it over the hood because my drop foot. Because that's a foot that drags. So I'm like,
Yeah, you got to focus so much on what you're doing in that little area because of the way your foot is. You have to actually, because you are permanently disabled. You've had to adjust your lifestyle, and especially in this industry. But you've seen it. You wanted become part of our industry, and thank you for doing so, because I want people like you in our industry to change the outlook on everything. But you received training from a very good friend of mine, and who did you receive training from?
Oh, you know what's funny is I was looking for training everywhere. You know, all the major, the great companies, or Arizona or Texas or wherever, and I couldn't get out there. I have kids, I have my vending machine business, and I was barely making it. So me taking off a week would have been like disastrous for us, right? Less than a year ago, it was probably like, I think November is when I started taking a class with Nick Kong. So Nick, it was great because, you know, I gave him money, and then instead of like a classroom environment, he was like, "Cool, come on in. I'm gonna teach you every step of the way, and we're just gonna work on every car that comes in this bay." So
Nope.
my first car was like a BMW, and then you know, a Tesla, and then, you know, why most schools I think have just like one car there, you know, I got to
Mhm.
work on, like, let's say like 20 or 30 different vehicles.
Yeah.
So by the
And
time I was done, I was pretty like educated on what to do, you know.
yeah, and you had a person who is very influential in our industry. He works very hard. He can do anything. He's definitely a legend at this, what we've got going on here. And the fact he was able to walk you step by step, I feel you probably also feel this way. It sets you up to be hit the ground running kind of thing. You
Yeah,
weren't afraid of anything when you got out there, were you?
I wasn't, and I'm a psychopath too, so like either way, I was gonna go out and do it regardless. And what's crazy is this drop foot happened maybe like 2 weeks before I started those classes. And
Oh,
even Nick was like, dude, you sure you can do this, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. He's like, you can't walk. I'm like, I can kind of walk.
I can kind of walk.
Like, we're good. Like, I kind of walk. We can figure this out.
I can
So,
kind of walk.
yeah, it was good enough. You know, I walked enough. So, now I walk, you know, pretty good, where most people don't know. Because, you know,
Hmm.
if I have my brace on, I can walk pretty normal. But Nick was a great class. He's one of my best friends. I talk to him basically every day, you
Hmm.
know. So if you guys do sign up for a class, Nick is really intensive. I mean, you really work on a bunch of cars together. Great guy. He'll still pick up the phone for me if I have a question, you know, because there's so much to learn in the auto glass industry. Like, everyone's like telling me you should go into tinting, you should go wherever. I'm like, no, there's just way too much. Like, every day I learn something new about cars, or new technique, or new something. And for me, because I have like ADHD, it keeps me like motivated to keep on going, because I love learning like little new things and tricks and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
those little tricks are like, wow, like I did this, I get super excited about it, you know. Most people get like, whoa, this is too intense. For me, it's like, damn, like I finally figured this out, you
I
know.
figured it out.
Yeah,
I
it's amazing.
honestly, yeah, I agree with you. I think this industry is very good for people with ADHD. We have a wide range of people with ADHD in this industry. And I think because of the fact that we work on things, it's not the same car every day. It's not the same car every single car you go to. Even if it's the same model, there's going to be something a little different. Maybe somebody was in there before. Maybe this happened, but it captures your mind because of the fact that everything's changing the whole time.
Yeah,
So, you're focused for about an hour, and in that hour you've got little breaks of, oh my god, that's new, oh my god, what do I do here, like
yeah, it's so
it
cool.
it challenges your mindset. So I agree. I think this is a great industry for people with ADHD, because we can succeed in this industry, dude, even without, even with people looking at you like, oh, you got ADHD, you're not, yeah. It's not laziness, it is
Oh yeah.
strictly keeping that brain activated. So
I do
um
most of my business though, to tell you the truth, is repairs. I'm like opposite of most people. I'm in the LA Orange County area in California, and I do like probably, like, today I have like 7 repairs booked, and then 2 windshields.
mhm.
So I do mostly repairs, and then what I find is most people don't focus on repairs, and then most people don't do great repairs. So, you know, being that like I got really well trained, I can't even say his name because uh, he told me not to.
Okay,
But
gotcha. Yep.
I flew down to Texas, and this guy trained me one on one
Mhm.
to do repairs. So I'm really good at like long cracks, like, you know, up to like probably like 12 inches or so. I'm really good at like just figuring out like really crazy cracks. Because for me, like, the ADHD comes back to is like, okay, it's like a little puzzle or game, and that's helped me out tremendously. So most of my income is still from like windshield repair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's working for you. I mean, it's obviously working for you, because now we're going to kind of pivot a little bit to, you are blowing up on the socials. Let's
Yeah,
you
man.
got millions and
Yeah.
millions and millions and millions of
Very
viewers,
excited
and
about that.
yeah, let's talk about your approach to that. How did it, I mean, obviously with photography, you understand lighting and you understand a bunch of different little,
Dude, I don't do any of that. Like the
oh,
lighting or whatever. I found out that, I started editing like crazy on these videos and that I would get no likes. And now what I do is I just put out 30-minute clips from I have these the Ray-Ban Meta glasses,
mm-hmm.
and it's just point of view. And it's no editing. The sound is incredible, these things. So the sound's good. And I think people are just like, "Oh, this is so authentic." You know?
Ah,
Like
yeah.
one of the ones that was really good for me was me putting on like a hand setting a Tundra windshield.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, I'm a disabled guy. I had to climb up on this stinking ladder, with only 1 foot, which is hard enough, let alone with a giant heavy glass, right? And then I'm like, oh, and people are like, half the people are making fun of me, going, oh man, you're not a man. And the other people are going, dude, this guy has one leg. you know,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
you guys don't
cut him some
understand how.
slack.
I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how heavy a Tundra windshield is when you got one leg and you're trying
Yeah.
to handset it.
Yeah.
So, little stuff like that. But it's just what I do is the trick is 7 a.m., like 6:30, 7 a.m. Man, when I'm on the toilet, I just post out 3 clips, less than 30 seconds. Just 3 clips of me, either cutting out the windshield. They love like line tool videos and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So I've been just going, hey, this is the WRD bat, and we're gonna see how it cuts through a Tacoma or BMW. Like, oh, this is easy. Or on the bottom of a Honda, it's like, okay, this is a little harder than usual. And they
Yeah,
just
'cause you
love
got
like
two
little
beads.
clips like that. Yeah, like the 2 beads. I'm like, oh gosh. And I'm always telling them, and the funny thing is, no one believes. I'm like, dude, you gotta be careful with these line tools because it will cut the body. And everyone's
Oh.
like, oh, that little string won't cut the body. I'm like, it will.
Mm.
And I get in giant arguments. I'm like, okay, put it on your body, and then use it and see what happens.
No, 100%. Like, I know from being in the industry for a long time and seeing and everything, like they'll cut the shit out of that pinch weld. Just bloop, just take it right off.
Oh, you
And you're
won't
like,
feel it. And
nothing.
I'm still, I've been only doing windshield replacement for about like 7 months or something, right?
Mhm.
So Nick and all these guys are like, hey, you need to use a drill, man. Stop using your hand. I'm like, I refuse forever. I'm always gonna use my hand to do it because at least I can feel the pinch wheel. I don't want to go through the whole thing and not feel it.
Yeah.
So I use the little hand crank, and
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah, that
like,
way you get that
it's
feeling. You get the
yeah,
feeling. And yeah, yeah.
yeah. When
Yeah,
it
there
gets
is a
too hard, I'm
finesse.
like, there's something to this.
Yeah, it's like, oh wait, I got to get out and look. So you get out and look. Yeah, I've done that. You get out and look. You take your little mirror and you're looking to see, and yeah. So
Yeah, I take my
we,
little mirror, I look, and then I'm okay. I'm cool. Let's go. So I'm really careful because I'm new. Yeah, I think it's a good, healthy fear to be scared to mess up on somebody's car.
it needs to not end. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
like even if you gain confidence, it taking your time and making sure you're protecting the customer's vehicle is huge. And
yeah,
if more people took your approach coming into the industry, I think we would be better off because we wouldn't have the casualty losses. We wouldn't have the lack in pride, the lack in professionalism. I mean, look, you're branded right there. I love the pink and black. Pink's my favorite color, so I love the pink
yeah,
and black.
yeah.
Bye bye crack. It stands out. I mean, you are definitely branding yourself to the world. And I mean, was super impressed in the little amount of time you've been doing it, how many followers you have. Your videos are just blowing up. I've watched your
Yeah.
work. Obviously, I watch your videos. I'm
Oh,
one
thank
of
you.
the people that watch your videos,
Yeah.
and your technique is great. You started using that. What is that? Not the Pro 6, not the
Quickset.
Quickset. You started using the
Yeah.
Quickset, and I have one of those, and I've used it quite a bit myself. I use the Pro Set and the Fit, the Panther Pro Fit tool. I use it a lot. But dude, I've watched your like evolution coming up, and dude, you're right there with all of us, man. And you haven't been doing
Oh, I
it very long,
appreciate
so
it, man.
that's that's like such an inspiring thing for people getting into the industry, that you've taken it so serious that your learning curve, you've just minimized it, where the rest of us had to take that, and
I
then,
get super lucky. I don't mind losing a little money. Like, I think for anyone, this is the best tip for you is I have this guy, Omar, right? I don't know if you ever
I
watch
know
this,
Omar.
but
I
yeah,
know Omar.
Omar's the man, dude.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I have like really difficult cars, instead of messing up somebody's car, I'm like, hey, Omar, you want to go 50-50 on the profit?
Hmm.
And he's like, hey, shoot, that's great. He doesn't have to find the client. He doesn't have to pay for the Google ads. He doesn't have to pay whatever. I have the client already. And then now I have somebody with, 14 years of experience coming in to
Hmm.
help me out. And then to tell you the truth, like when we're working, half the times I don't even think I'm working.
Hmm.
Half the times I'm just, we're just guy talk, like cracking up, laughing at jokes the
Yep.
whole time. Like, this is like, I tell him, like, dude, Omar, like sometimes when you come with me, bro, this is the only interaction I have with another man. Like, we're just, it's like the closest are to me getting a beer with anybody, is him
Yeah.
working with me. And then we get it done right. He shows me exactly, what to do. So
Hmm.
why not pay somebody to get the job done right, and learn at the same time? It's a continuous education.
Hmm.
So he
Yeah.
really helps me out a lot. Because, I mean, Nick would too, but Nick
Hmm.
is, he has a shop, so
Yep.
he has to be in the shop, so it's different.
Yeah. I met Omar in Orlando in 20/21 at Autoglass Week. And then he actually introduced me to Daniel. Jesus, not Danielle. Daniel. I mean,
Oh yeah, he
so,
talks about Daniel a lot.
yep. Daniel. He introduced me to Daniel. And those two are awesome people, like
Yeah.
awesome people. And actually, when I won in 23, Omar was one of the first people to call me and text me and tell me congratulations. And he's amazing. He's one of
He's
those
just as
people.
he's just as crazy as me, man. So it works out. We're both nut
Exactly.
jobs.
He's so passionate about it, and
Yeah,
he's one of those people that he wants to pass his knowledge on to people. He doesn't want to
yeah.
hoard it. He thinks everybody's going to be better, like the rest of us. He thinks we're going to be better the more knowledge we pass. So, shout out to Omar. Omar, if you watch this, listen to this. I don't know if you're a fan of the show or whatever, but David will get you hooked onto it.
Yeah. Omar's the man, dude. But
Yeah.
what's a blessing with this autoglass is like I before I did this, the craziest thing is I worked at because my vending business went down, right? So I had to figure out a way to make some money. So what I did is I took the only job I knew that I could still study at, which is an overnight job at a group home.
Mm.
So they were paying me like nothing, but I was like, cool, I'm getting paid and I'm learning at the same time. So I'd hop on my laptop, take a Skillshare class, take whatever's until something hit, right?
Hmm.
And the real way to start is basically I was renting out a couple of cars on Turo. I had a little Mazda Miata, and I had a Ford Escape on Turo. And the Mazda will always come back with cracks. And I'll hire the big boys. I won't say their name, but the
Yep. Yep.
biggest
Yep.
boy.
Yep.
And that crack looked the same. So I'm like, dude, I paid like $150 for you to fix this crack. It looks the same. They're, oh, it won't crack out. And eventually it cracked out or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this on my own. So I bought a Amazon kit or whatever, a really crappy kit. Took some classes, and I would carry a small laminate glass. It was like it looked like a square foot, like a
Hmm.
little tile.
Hmm.
And literally all night, the poor kids probably just hearing me drill into this glass or pop the glass. Or they're like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I would work like 4 hours a night just trying to fix cracks that would create on these little square glasses I would bring in.
Hmm.
And after a while, one of my coworkers was like, "Dave, I have this crack on my glass. Can you come fix it?" And she's like, "How much would you charge me?" I'm like, $30. So I'm like, cool. I go out there, I fix it. She's like, "You should charge for this." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I should." And literally after that day, it's been nonstop ringing on my phone because there's so few people that focus on chip repair. A lot of these clients don't even know it exists.
Hmm.
And because I do chip repair, a lot of times they'll send me these cracks. They're like, "Oh, it's a little, you probably get it a lot. Oh, it's a little crack, but it has a line."
Has a line.
And I'm like, "How big's the line?" And she's like, "Oh, 20 inches." I'm like, "Well, send me your VIN number and let's get this thing fixed."
Yeah.
So most of my leads come from chip repair. But if you do chip repair, you could get that business, but so many of them don't call you until their windshield's totally cracked out.
Yep.
So it's like a instant lead that most people just don't really think about, you know?
Now that you are, let me ask you this. Since you are, a windshield repair wizard, you can fix the cracks and everything. When you do a replacement, do you offer any kind of like windshield inspection a few months down the road? Do you offer free chip repairs for 2 or 3 of them if they get their windshield with you? Do you offer any promotions to try to boost your windshield repair game, or is it just simply
No, I just no promotions for that because I mean, being in LA and stuff like that, I mean, I offer, should I? I don't know. Because I think right now I'm so busy, I think it would kill me. Like,
yeah?
I literally, like, I work, like today, I'll be going from probably 8 to maybe like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh,
I
oh,
carry
you
lights
you
with
don't
me.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to. Wow.
I don't have the time. Like, today's Monday, so even when we're talking, I saw like 3 texts on, go, hey, I have a chip, or I need a windshield or whatever. And then all the auto bolt system has been down for BMW, so I'm like, I gotta check it this morning and see if I get out 3 quotes. And I'm so busy, I don't have time for that. But what I do is, I don't know, man. I feel so lucky. I feel super blessed, right? I'm
Mm,
Christian, so God's really blessed me in this industry because I have this. I've been reading this book called Jewish Business Philosophies of the Bible,
okay.
and one of the things it teaches in there, I don't know if people are religious or not, but this is a good thing to learn. Is Jewish people, they say that everything should be equal parts. So when you do a business transaction, you should be doing them a favor, and then they pay you, and that's your favor. So it's always balanced. And they
Mm,
always say like that's why Jewish people don't gamble because in order to win, somebody has to lose.
mm,
So if you go around and whatever business you're in, I really think it's important that when you offer this, whatever they're pricing it, this will help out your pricing. Whatever your pricing is, whatever they pay you, you should feel like balanced. Be like, I did such a good job, I deserve this much. And if they pay you that, then everyone's happy, you know?
yeah.
So I try not to go in and, rip people off and stuff like that. I go in going, look, I am super happy if I got this much because I believe that I'm going to give you this much worth of value,
Gotcha. Yeah.
for your windshield. So
That's
that
good.
always that has like skyrocketed my business, that
Yeah,
philosophy.
that's a good philosophy. So everybody, get out your notepads and take down your notes. He
Yeah, that
dropped some
one's good.
wisdom when you're there. Yeah, take down your notes, do your thing, because he dropped some wisdom when you're there. So, do you have plans to scale? Is Bye Bye Crack going to
Yeah,
be a?
to tell you the truth, next week will be my 1 year anniversary for even like doing chip repair.
Uh huh.
I have a picture of me in at the group home with,
Yeah.
with my little square with a crack going, man, I hope I can fix this. It's like just a really little bullet crack.
Yeah.
It's just been crazy how fast everything has grown. So my idea is I don't know if I want to franchise it one day or I want to do the in and out model where there's an owner and then you just create different ones because I feel like the way I am, if I did franchise it, I would be so involved with the franchisees that I'd probably go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, like, oh, if you buy a business from me and you're not making the numbers, I would feel so guilty.
Yeah.
I would feel like almost like a personal failure. And then, but it's a personal failure that's like almost out of my control.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You can't control their markets. You can't control their, their drive.
yeah,
Like you can show them the path to the water, but you can't make them drink it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. So
you can't drink the Kool-Aid. Then
yeah,
you don't get the business success.
yeah. So I'm like, or do I want to do the in and out model where there is one owner and I could, basically control each little one, which I would put the same effort in. But
Mm,
if I fail, I want it to be on me.
yeah.
So I think that's the model. So I'm gonna be talking to a friend of mine on uh, Antonio this week, and I'm hoping to make one in. So here's like L.A. County,
Yep.
Orange County, and then the Inland Empire. Inland Empire in California is like the biggest county, but he's pretty deep in there. So I was like, maybe I could teach him at least a chip repair at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then if he does real well, I'll send him to Nick.
Yeah.
to train them on the auto glass part. But auto
Yeah.
glass is hard, man, because like you could train on auto glass, but I think like a week, even 2 weeks worth of training, like you're just learning like the very, very basics, you know?
Very, very, very basics.
Yeah,
I'm a 100% believer in the schools and the trainers and the training. I 100% believe in it, but what you can learn in a week just barely dust the surface. Like,
yeah,
you have to take the knowledge that you get in that week, 2 weeks, you have to put it in practice with some patience.
yeah,
It's not like you're just going to rip through everything. You have to have that patience mindset of, I got to learn this. I've got to learn this, after repetitions. But, a week class, it doesn't prepare you 100% by any stretch of the imagination. It
no,
gives
I'm
you
in
the
it for a
basis.
year, and I'm just like, I'm in it, and oh no, I've been in it for like 7 months,
Hmm.
and like I said, sometimes I still have to hire Omar or I have to call Nick to help me out on certain things to make sure that it's done right, that I don't break nothing, and
Hmm.
that I don't accidentally unplug this or snap this or whatever. So when I have like big questions, you got to find somebody. So that's the hard part about the replacement part. But I think that in the Inland Empire, if I could find somebody, about, hey man, look, this is the profit. Uh, if I could give you, X amount of profit per gig, can you come and help out this guy? And I bet I could find somebody to help me out with that.
Oh, 100%. And, the one good thing about going to trainers like Nick, and like there's a bunch of different consulting ones out there that'll come to you or work directly with you, or you come in for a private session. But if you go to the schools or anything like that, you will always have a outlet to a trainer, to somebody to call. But that hands-on, in-person, like what you have with Omar, is definitely beneficial. So seek out a mentor if you're getting
Yeah.
into this.
I
If
mean,
you
Nick
go,
does come out too. If he can,
Mhm.
Nick would fly out for me. I mean, he's like one of my best friends at this point.
Yeah,
You know, Nick's
yeah.
the man. He's gonna come to my daughter's quinceañera. He's
Ah,
I'm gonna try to make it out to his daughter's sweet 16. I mean, we're really close, so I
that's
don't want to
good.
seem like it's just Omar, but Omar is mobile and he's
Yep,
mobile in the same county I am, so
yep,
that helps out because Nick is actually an hour away from me, so it's
yeah.
harder for him to make it out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I know Nick pretty well, and he would 100% come out and help you if he could,
Yeah,
because
Nick's the
he's just
man.
that type of person. He's just that
Yeah,
type of
Nick's a good
person.
dude, man. He's a
Yeah,
great dude.
super solid
But
dude.
but I can't wait, man. Next week's a 1 year anniversary for the chip repair. I mean, for Bye Bye Crack. The
Yeah,
name's already copywritten, so it's all mine.
yeah,
I'm super excited, man. I think right now, we're heading towards like 4 million because on Instagram and Facebook they're linked together because they're owned by
yeah.
Facebook, right?
Hmm.
So you can see the viewership for every 28 days for some reason.
Yep.
But right now, the last 28 days, we're close to like 4 million views. I think I could hit like 10 million by the end of the year.
That's
I think so.
awesome.
Because
That's awesome.
the old videos that keep on going, once you hit the algorithm,
Hmm.
the old videos keep on going and then the new videos come. So I think we're gonna hit 10,000. And that's when I have to think like when you get 10, 20 million, not 10,000, 10, 20 million viewers, do I want to franchise? Do I not? I think that if I was to franchise, that I would need to be in this business for at least 3 years because I don't want to franchise something just to make the money. I want to franchise something because I know this business well, which I probably know like 70% of this business,
Yeah, I got
maybe
you.
less. I'm to be real, I probably know less. Who knows? But you know,
Yeah,
I doubt that many people know 100% of this business.
I don't know that you ever do. You don't know 100% of anything, because once you hit
I
that
love
point, you
this
stop
business,
learning.
man.
You stop learning. Once you hit 100%, where else can you go? You stop learning.
Yeah,
So I
it
don't
gets
think
boring,
anybody, yeah, I don't think anybody knows 100% of the
dude.
business,
This
bro.
I'm gonna tell everyone the truth, man. This business is the best. I'm out there, sometimes it's like 100-degree weather, and I have the biggest smile on my face because I get to work for myself.
Yep.
I get paid very well for what I do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the money is there. Not many people do this. I get to meet like some of the most amazing people,
Mm-hmm.
some of the craziest people, right? But so the craziest amazing people, right? Um, I get sunshine in my body. I get a workout,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't see anything really bad about this industry. I'm pretty sure there is. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's some snaky people out there. But if you're young, I started this when I was 40, right? If you're young, if you're in your 20s, there's a big, like, if you want to make good money, you want to help a lot of people, auto glass industry is right there.
Yep.
People miss it. You know, they've automatically become mechanics or become whatever in trade schools, but you are missing it because, like, sometimes I sent Corey from Delta Kits.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I sent Corey a video. I'm like, dude, Corey, I just did these 3 pit fills for this guy because somebody fixed the cracks. Well, it didn't look too good, but they didn't put any pit filler in it, right? So I told the guy, I'm like, I could do this, but you know, it'll be like $90. I'll do these 3 pit fillers for you. And I told Corey, I'm like, dude, I just made $90 in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I had a 30-minute conversation with him because he told me he's been married for 50 years. This guy. So I was like, "You've been married for 50 years, bro? Let's talk. Well,
Yeah.
what is the secret
What is
here,
the
right?
secret? What is the
What is the
sauce?
secret here?"
Yep.
So like, I think that if you want to make good money, if you want to really help people, the auto glass industry is where it is at. Do not miss out on this opportunity. You know, it's a I won't even say it's a very tough industry. I've done other things that are way tougher than auto glass.
Hmm.
You know, auto glass is like, I don't know, man, but if you're young, really look in this industry because you can make a good amount of money. The money is there. The people are very helpful, and I mean, I'm in a saturated market. I'm in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
you know, and there's plenty of room to make money here. It's crazy. So,
So how do you advertise? Real quick. I know we're getting at the half hour, and I want to get you out of here quick. So just
yeah.
real quick as we end, go ahead.
you know, my whole life is bye-bye crack. When I do my daughter's quinceañera, I don't know if you know what a quinceañera is, but it's her like sweet 15 kind of
15.
thing.
Yep.
I'm don't tell my wife, but I'm
Yeah.
buying a little pin to put on my I was gonna say bye-bye crack on my suit,
Yeah.
you know? And she's gonna be like, "Don't take, that's so ghetto, take it off." I already know. But when she's not around, I need people to know. Even though I know these are all friends and family, they need to know bye-bye crack, right?
Yep.
Every time I do a repair, if you see my videos, I go, "All right, we're gonna say bye-bye to this crack, bye-bye crack."
You got to
know,
drop the subliminal.
You have to, because your it's not a logo. People are like, oh yeah, you have to make sure your logo. Branding is you. You are the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you dress, bro, is your brand. You know? Like when you go out, that's how I know you. Oh, the guy with the crazy suits or whatever. You know, like that's your brand, right?
Yeah. Wait till
So-
Auto Glass Week this year. This year coming
Yeah.
up. I'm
gonna
yeah.
compete in the repairs.
You are.
Yeah, I'm gonna compete in the repairs. I need
You-
to get up there. I need to get at least podium,
Mhm.
if not win, for my branding.
Nice. Dude, this is
know?
great. I can't wait because I'm going to be the one running around doing some crazy things. I'm not judging this year, but they've got me doing other things, so I'm not exactly sure what my
Are you interviewing and stuff like that?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. But I'll be there, and I've got a suit for every day. I've got, I'm ready to put it down.
Well, that's the branding, right? You have a suit for every day. You have people expect to see you in those different suits. They don't even know what they look like, but they're like, oh, is it gonna be in purple? Is it gonna be in pink? What is, what is this? What is it gonna look like, right?
Yeah.
So same thing with me. Everywhere I go, I have, I am in uniform. Today I have my hoodie, my Bye Bye Crack hoodie, the Bye Bye Crack t-shirt, the Bye Bye Crack hat. I tell my clients Bye Bye Crack every time I'm done. I'm like, even when I text them, I have this text. This lady got a big old bullseye on her brand new, like 2-day-old Range Rover, right, in downtown LA. And she's like, I'm so sad, da da da. And she's like, can you give me a quote? I'm like, okay, well, here's a quote. And I put like, let's say like $200 for me to say bye bye to this crack. And she's like, oh my gosh, that was the funniest thing. It was the first laugh of the day. I'm like, everything is bye bye crack, bye bye crack. While I'm filming, I'm always saying like, all right, it's time to take crack off the streets.
Yeah.
Boom. And then everything's crazy, man. And then one guy hit me up yesterday randomly, texting me, and I don't even know who this guy is. And he was like, your initials are BBC. And I was like, that's right, baby, BBC, let's go.
That's right.
Bye
That's
bye
right.
crack.
Oh. Yeah. That's
I'm like,
amazing.
I'm like, yeah, dude, I got the BBC. I got,
That's right.
whatever you want,
That's
baby.
right.
Let's go.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
But just for people to think about stuff is like, actually, that was my best friend Ricky who thought of that. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, it's just, it has to be ingrained into you, you know?
Yeah.
So a brand is you. What do you bring to the table is your brand. How well you treat your clients, you know? And then you only have one opportunity to get into their minds. So with a bye-bye crack, I used to be a counselor, a drug and alcohol counselor.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of came with it. The only thing bad is like when I had to order parts from Toyota, and Toyota flagged my account because it says crack on it.
Oh my God.
So I had to go there, sign paperwork that I wasn't a drug dealer, you know.
God.
But you know
Wow.
what? When I showed up, the manager at Toyota was cracking up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I was like, hey, if you guys need a windshield guy or a chip repair guy, remember, bye-bye crack.
Remember, bye crack. It sticks
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, it sticks
Okay.
with you, brother.
Oh yeah.
So your branding is you. Whatever you do, it's you. Like, don't be ashamed of your brand. Wear it big. Tell everyone about it. Your network is your net worth. So at the end of the day, guys, when you want a lot of business, you can't be shy. You have to be out there and let everyone that runs into you know that this is my business. This is what I do.
All right, so we're going to get you out of there because I know you're busy and I don't want to keep you too much longer. We're at 35 minutes, so everyone remember, your network is your net worth. And bye-bye
100%.
crack. Hit him up on all the
Bye-bye crack,
socials.
baby.
That's right, and like and
Blow
share
up.
this. And thanks for listening.
Yep, don't forget. Bye.
Yo, live from the cutout zone. It's Ghost Set Killer, master certified, verified, glass tested and qualified. Welcome to Put 'em on the glass, no flippers, no hacking. Ghost Set Killer with the blade and the tape. Frog it out clean, process style, 80s calibration locked in, keep the focus down. Cups in position, VB dripping, 30-minute MDAT text stay ripping. From the dash to the pillar, it's a full-on class. Respect the craft, put them on the glass.